Well, good morning, guys. Big A, here we are on the Station Camp Greenway. Taking a little break. There's this bridge that kind of connects two of the greenways, and I stopped here to take a little bit of a break. And I want to talk to you about how to finish strong. A lot of you guys out there come out of the gate like this, but finishing is just a whole nother story. And I want to tell you some systems that I've got in place that have helped me over the years. I want to be totally honest with you. Man, I struggle sometimes too. You get overwhelmed and it's just hard. Sometimes it's just the truth. It's just difficult to finish strong. I was at Jim Cockram's event, the CES event in Orlando, Florida last week, 5 days. One amazing event. This is like a must go to next year. If you've not got all your conferences planned, let me know and I'll hook you up with Jim and tell you how you can get out there to this conference. But I can't even begin to tell you the things that I learned. It's absolutely a game changer. So anyway, put that on your radar for next year. Back to what we were talking about, how to finish strong. I've got some things in place in my personal life that have really helped me over time. And I've kind of developed this as businesses have gone along and things that didn't work. And one of the common threads that I saw at CES, and I had breakfast, lunch, and dinner with different people. It's kind of a strategy of mine not to go to breakfast, lunch, and dinner with the same people, but I want to meet different people. So there were 10, 12 people at a time at all these breakfast, lunch, and dinners. And so the common thread that I heard was people were overcommitted. They were like, man, I just got so much on my plate. And I asked them, why aren't you really successful at this one thing? And they said, I just don't have time to do just that one thing. You know, I've overcommitted. I've got this responsibility and that obligation, and I've just overcommitted. Greg McCowan talks about it in his book. We're much better off being an inch wide and a mile deep than an inch deep and a mile wide. We think we got to do, 15 things and have all these multiple streams of income. And it's a little bit contrary to what Greg McCowan teaches in his book. By the way, that's a great book. I promote that book all the time. You need to get Essentialism by Greg McCowan and check that out. But some of the things that I've done that really have paid huge dividends for me, Tom Schwab is my COO. He and I go to Chicago once a quarter, and we'll spend 20 hours a day for 2.5 days mapping out what we want to accomplish. And it's as simple as getting a Google spreadsheet, writing down all the things that we want to accomplish. And I literally know the theme every month, the books that we're going to read, the questions that we're going to ask, the blog topics that we're going to write about. And I know what I've got to do each and every day. So we've got a plan. So that will help you first of all. The second thing is I've got an accountability group. I got 3 guys I meet with every Friday morning, 6 o'clock, and we've done that for years and years and years and years. Ongoing accountability. I'm in a mastermind group with Dan Miller. Over 2 decades now we've been meet on a weekly basis, 3 o'clock, every Tuesday, and this has been going on forever. So I have huge amounts of accountability in my life. Guys, if you don't have a plan and you don't have an accountability group and you don't have a mastermind group, I don't know how you think you're going to accomplish all the tasks that you need to do. See, because motivation will kind of get you going, right? Your passion, but motivation is an inexhaustible resource. Motivation wears out and you're like, man, hey, I'm strong out of the gate. I got it going. I can accomplish this. I can do this. And then in 2 weeks, you're right back in your old habits. Charles Duhigg wrote a great book called The Power of Habit. And it helps you identify the cues in your life that trigger certain habits. A good friend of mine's named Randy Butler. And he's one of my accountability partners. And we go out to eat all the time. We kind of in our own inner circle, and we live life together with our group, our small group. And for years, he orders salmon at dinner. And I said, man, I've never seen anybody enjoy salmon so much in my life. And he said, I hate salmon. I said, you've been eating it every dinner for years. And he said, it's good for me. And I know in order for me to be healthy, I've got to do some things that I don't necessarily even want to do. See, his purpose, his why is bigger. What is your purpose? What is your why? Why are you doing some of these things? I started seeing a common denominator among all people. It's like, first of all, they don't even know who they are themselves. So I wrote a document called a personal assessment. And it talks about your identity, your ideals, your relationships, your faith, your family, your career. There's about 25 or 30 questions on this document. And then after you understand who you are and what you're about, I wrote, what do I want? Most people don't even know what they want. They're like, give me bigger, better, shinier, faster, just give me more. And it's like, you know what? Robin and I sat on the porch and we decide the kind of life that we want to live. Like very intentional, very purposeful. It's like very deliberate. We know the things that we want to do. We know money we want to give away. We know places that we want to go. We structure our life. I tell people, don't should on me. You know, it's like, hey, this is our life. We're going to live it very proactively, very intentionally. So I wrote this document. It's called What Do I Want? And it's like, if you had any place on earth that you could live, geographically speaking, there were no financial limitations, what would you do with your life tomorrow? Those kind of questions, like deep, thought-provoking questions. Most people don't know the answer to that question. They don't know what they would do tomorrow if there were no limitations on them. See, I want you to live your life proactively. And you say, all right, Big A, I get it. Like the personal assessment, I understand my identity and my ideals and all those things. And I understand now what I want, but I don't even know how to implement that. Well, I wrote another document, Steps to a Productive Day. It's kind of a to-do list on steroids, if you will. And I've put those three together and I've made a landing page. It's viewfromthetop.com/Greenway. Because, hey, we're at the Station Camp Greenway. So the people that listen to me here, I want to give these to you. I'm not selling anything. It's like for free. So I'm going to give you the personal assessment, Steps to a Productive Day, and what do I want? So just go to that landing page, viewfromthetop.com/Greenway, and you can download those for free. I want to help you. I want you to come out of the gate strong, but I want you to endure. I want you to take the time necessary to understand who you are, what you want, and how to get there. Well, I got to get back after it. Speaking of getting on my list, I'm Big A, coming to you live from the Station Camp Greenway. You guys go out there today and finish strong. Have a good one. We'll see you.